Hey everyone, it's Madison Gesiotto. Okay, I can't stay quiet on this anymore. We absolutely have to talk about the push to defund the police. Now, of course, this is very unrealistic and probably will never happen, but the reality is while many people want you to think that this isn't actually what they're pushing for and that they're actually pushing for negotiation or a movement of funds from here to there, the reality is that there are people out there that want to completely dismantle and defund the police departments. Who's going to protect you? They want to take away your guns. They want to take away the police. We're a nation of law and order. We're a nation made up of laws that need enforced. The police departments enforce those laws. They keep us safe. When there's a call for domestic violence, the police come out and protect families and communities. Now, of course, the Democrats and many in this push are now saying, oh, well, it's okay because we're going to send out social workers. First of all, it's not safe to send out an unarmed person to a violent situation in which they could potentially be harmed or killed as well. As an attorney who's worked with domestic violence victims and at a firm who has years-long experience with domestic violence, I think this is just a completely asinine proposal. But on top of that, a lot of people are pointing to CAMDEN, New Jersey, and they're saying, hey, look, CAMDEN back in 2012 dismantled their police department, and look how successful they were. These people haven't even taken the time to look into what actually happened in CAMDEN, New Jersey, which wasn't a complete dismantling of the police department, but rather a local dismantling, which then was compensated for by county forces. So they dismantled some of the CAMDEN, New Jersey police. They brought in the county police department, which ultimately hired most or many of the CAMDEN, New Jersey police officers, and then made up by hiring even more police officers, many of whom were not trained, were not members of the community, did not have the experience that the original police officers had. And you and I both know how important it is to know the community that you're serving. I mean, when we're thinking about solutions, this is one of the most important parts, I think, of what we need to be talking about is each individual community and serving the needs of that community because we're all different as communities. But the reality is that this police department went from being a 2/3 minority police department for a 95% minority community to a 43% minority police department, and they had more police presence. So it was a larger, less diverse police force ultimately. It just had on different uniforms because they were no longer CAMDEN, New Jersey police. They were county or state police forces. There's a big difference between what they want you to believe about the dismantling of the police and its ultimate effectiveness in places like CAMDEN, New Jersey, and of course the reality of what we would see. Again, we need to focus on communities. There is changes that we need to see, but each one of these changes is going to be community dependent because the problems within one police department may be different than the problems within another police department. The solutions for that police department may be completely different from the solutions of another police department. But I can assure you that no matter the problems that we're seeing in Minneapolis or anywhere across this country, the answer is not to dismantle the police. We will not defund and dismantle police departments. We will not put people at risk in communities, some of the most vulnerable communities across our nation. Again, keep in mind that many of the people pushing for the dismantling of police departments are people who have private security and people who are able to protect themselves regardless. So keep that in mind. We need to make sure we can protect ourselves and our communities, and we need to look at this with an open mind and be willing to listen to all the facts, regardless of what side of this issue we come from.